So first thing first, guys, how are you?
Very good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Very well.
Very, very good.
That's good to hear. So before we get into the record, I want to jump back to the previous record because I read somewhere that you have a habit of being quite perfectionistic. So, and that you have mixed feelings about the first record. So how do you look upon it now after making the second one?
Where have you read this?
How do you know so much?
Yeah.
We look upon it fondly. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're very proud of what we've done before, and we would never put anything out that we didn't rate and that goes back to us being perfectionists. We go through things very thoroughly. I think when we finished the first album and put it out, we were instantly excited to write new music. Because I think we knew we just had more in us to give.
Yeah. I think you get we got into a pattern of using the same methods, and then when you're like, right, this is a new body of work. We need to spread out and try loads of different things, and not just use the same routine to make, because we'll just end up making the same music. And I think now, having done that, we feel very excited by using these different processes, and the result we feel is maybe something a bit more, so I don't want to put the last sound down, but a bit more exciting and interesting. Every song's a bit different, and a bit more unique.
Yeah.
Is part of it as well kind of that you have experience now, that you honed your craft in a way, and you have more ability to do stuff?
Yeah,
definitely.
I'd say also with the first record, it was written over a long period of time, so maybe 2 years, even more. And some of these songs had already been put out, and it was kind of it wasn't a hash to get it all together, but it was right, well, we need to make an album now.
Yeah.
So let's choose those songs from there and those songs from there, which is fine and it worked. But with this new record, it was right, we're starting from a blank slate.
What do we want this album to be?
Exactly, and now let's write 12 songs and put it out.
So with that in mind then, because there's obviously a 90s influence, and you both grew up in the 90s with music.
Yeah.
So where do you start then? Do you start with just influences going back through what you like? And
In terms of how we start a song?
Yeah, especially for the new record, where do you start when you think, well, we want to do something different, we have more skill now, so where do we go?
I think we started, we've already started slowly discussing what we could do next.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get towards the end of finishing an album, I always start thinking what can be the starting point for the next album. So I think after we finished the first Warm and a Cold Night, we were saying we want to use more drum samples, more hip hop kind of style drum samples, rather than the first album was a lot of 808s and Simmons snares, and that really gives it a uniform sound, having similar drum sounds throughout.
Yeah.
And same with your vocal, it was always a little bit of slapback delay. And the whole album just felt like loads of different songs, but made to sound very similar in a way.
Yeah.
We were right, let's find a new palette of drum sounds and not be afraid to keep that fresh all the time. Your vocals, we should just every song can have different production, but Andy's voice is always going to keep it sounding like us.
Right.
So that was a big part.
Yeah, and we also, I'd say our music taste is quite eclectic, but recently before we started making the next record, this current record, we were listening to more rap and hip hop, and not that we've made a rap album, but a lot of the production on these albums, Chance the Rapper and Kendrick Lamar, is all really amazing, and Yeah,
definitely inspired us.
definitely, yeah.
So is it predominantly the modern hip hop, or did you go back into kind of the days where you grew up with hip hop and?
No, it's
More current. I'd say,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, it's come from lots of places. Like, we find influence from lots of different things, and in terms of like lyrically, it's much of the same. In terms of we're still singing about stuff that's like affects us.
Yeah.
But in fact, there's a bit more of a like a theme with our current record. Or is that a current record?
The record that's kind of coming out now.
Yeah. So we're putting out 2 tracks a month, every month for 6 months, and so the album is called Love Me, Love Me Not, and each song represents one of those sides. So yeah, that's the theme going forward.
First thing, why did you decide to release it in this way?
Well, it became. Well, actually, we ended up. So the name of the album came from. We were writing a song that's going to be on the album called "Forget Me Not," and it starts off by someone saying, "She loves me, she loves me not, she loves me, she loves me not," and we realised that our album kind of falls like that. There was about 50-50 like songs that could be put into each of those. But it's not necessarily like all about love, but within Love Me there's stuff about like fond memories, like loving memories of an old car or just like youth and that kind of thing, which is gone. Or with a Love Me Not, it can be like losing, not having peace of mind, feeling like things are going wrong, just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what the question was now.
Well, why you decided to release them, but
yeah. So that's why we thought it's great. It's a great way for us to do it. Is each month we release one from each side, and most people are listening to us streaming. So I think it's nice to give people in like these bite-sized chunks. I love it when artists I really like start just releasing music. I guess I've started falling into the category of people who consume single songs at a time, which I never thought I would be.
Yeah,
I was always an album kind of guy, and I'd sit on my bed, I'd go out and buy an album and sit on my bed and listen to it with headphones. But now I'm definitely like, Chance the Rapper's released a new song, or Frank Ocean or whatever, and I go and listen to that again. And then the next month a new one comes out, and I do it again.
But do you then buy the album as well? Listen to the full album?
Yeah, I do listen to it, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting how it's all changed with that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's quite nice because actually, I've not really thought about it, but people will hear these songs separately or 2 songs separately, and then once we've released the album, it will be full and how it's intended to be listened to.
Yeah, so they're not going to be in the order that we've released them on the album. They're going to be all mixed up in the way that we feel is right.
Yeah.
And then were there songs then written at the same time? Kind of the ones Love Me Not, were they written at the same time as the Love Me ones?
Yeah.
The same mindset?
No, I'd say like it's been a mixture. Like, we didn't sit down and be like, right, for this next 4 weeks we're going to write Love Me songs, and then
No, it wasn't like that.
It just it happened when it happened, and I think we also didn't sit down and say, right, we're going to have this concept, let's stick to this theme. Like you said, when we wrote this, pretty much the last song we wrote for the album,
that's when it all became
that's when
clear
it clicked. Yeah, we had this lyric, she loves me not, and it kind of all fell into place from there.
It kind of helped having once we've decided that, it kind of helped having that in place to decide what songs could go on the album.
Yeah.
Because we got so many, we got enough for like another album, to be honest. At least maybe another 2.
Yeah.
So it helped to be like, right, we need 6 of each. So let's pick our favourites of those right now.
Yeah.
That all fit well together and put them on.
And in terms of the songwriting process then, do the lyrics drive or the mood kind of drive the music, or is it the other way around?
I'd say it's the other way
Probably,
around.
yeah, the mood of the music.
Yeah, it's normally the music first that is there. Like it's rare. Oh, there's a couple of instances where I maybe have a lyric. Well, I don't know.
Normally, it's still you'd have the lyric, and then we write a song, and you're like, "This is the song to put this lyric."
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we both write the music basically, and then we put them all into like a Dropbox folder, and then gradually, like songs are made, are realised out of them.
Yeah, it's funny. So we have just an instrumental folder, and I'll just like hit spacebar so the song comes up, and I just press down until
something comes immediately.
Yeah. And sometimes like you'll listen to it the first time and be like, not sure about that. Keep going down, I'm not sure, and then you'll find one that you like or something. But then you listen to it again, the same instrumentals like a month later, and you'll be like, oh, hang on, this is actually quite cool.
I guess it depends like what you've been listening to or doing and thinking about.
Yeah, exactly.